Yo, this is Dova Blackhat Gaming. I do RPG games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and many more. Subscribe to see more and enjoy the video.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. It's from Falk Firebeard at the Blue Palace. Ooh, you've got friends in high places. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean. Right behind you. I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple 100 years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something. I guess so. Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned province. The tale of the great moth priest hunt. Not something I'd want to read. Oh, I see. Let's just keep going. Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned province. That's a long story. I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from? Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust. The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric lord. Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole. I will be. Just give me a little time. Right behind you. Are we ready then?
Yes. What is it that you want? Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Good. Farewell.
Yes? Hello. I do. It's very peaceful. Sometimes I pass through there to borrow wood from Hurt and Hern. They're vampires. Why? They're awfully friendly.
Our hero claims a warrior's heart.
No, I didn't intend to anyway. I'm from Solitude. Really? What about it do you like? I see. Some people love it, but others hate it for the people inside. But if you don't have anything nice to say, it's best not to say anything at all. Especially around trees. Mother says they like to gossip. A little. My mother taught me the ways of the wilderness, but I never imagined it would be so difficult in practice. The moss grows on all sides of the tree. The stars are too numerous to count. The wind blows in all directions. If not for the turn of the moons, I'd have no sense of where I am. That's a long story. I came to Falkreath on a rumour, and now I'm actually lost. In more ways than one. None that bothered to stop. Although, there was that Nord from Riften who spent the night.
Perhaps we could pick up the pace a
Oh,
little?
no, nothing
My
like
boots are
that.
starting to slop.
He was a wanderer that didn't know heads from tails. I think his name was Hagrani? Or something close to that. He did. But I'm warning you, you won't like how I tell it. You don't have to be so mean. I'm making camp. No, I have the trees and the flower beds to keep me company. There's also Yorick. The big stone head by the campfire.
Ah, rain. Skyrim weather at its finest.
I don't think he's going to respond.
What's the difference between a skeever and a
I'd rather not. It's somewhat private, and besides, I'm not much for words. Forgive me, it's just... Forget it. I won't add to your burdens any longer.
Who's there? Hang on.
You picked a bad time to get close.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
I've been reading about the Daedric princes in your mythology. Some of them remind me of the Lords of Chaos.
I protect the Jarl.
Good to
whoever
see
that
you.
might be.
Teach them to stop paying me. Here, you deserve a reward for your service. You know what? I like you, You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I hereby grant you permission to purchase property in Falkreath Hold. Talk to my steward if you're interested. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my Thane. On your way, then. Farewell. Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around.
Sid Gear can sometimes act too quickly, but he does. There's no house available, but I could sell you a fine piece of land where you could build your own house. You won't regret it. Here's the title to your steading. Follow the road east from Falkreath, then north at the crossroads. Turn left just past Pine Watch. May wisdom forever light your path.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
What a curious city. It's so open.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak.
I've got your back.
Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim to be the finest weapons and armor. The finest weapons and armor. Thanks for the business.
Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned province. I'm right behind you.
Here we are, Dragon's Reach. Spectacular, isn't it? Let's go chat to the man in the big fancy chair.
I only counsel caution. We cannot afford to act rashly in times like these. My lord, please, you have to listen. If the news from Helgen is true,
what would you have me do then?
There's no
What's
telling.
the meaning of this interruption?
My lord,
Jarl Balgruuf
please.
is not receiving
There's no time
visitors.
for rash action. I just think we need more information.
As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself. Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. I'm
It's all right,
starting to
Irileth.
think...
I want to hear what he has to say. What's this about Riverwood being in danger? Alvor? The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong? Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen? By Ysmir, Irileth was right! What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. Is another thing you could do for me? Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps? Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
You have to be patient. But I don't want to be patient. I want it just right now. Father promised. All you ever do is...
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruuf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Farengar, I think I've found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. You know, if you've got the aptitude,
now.
You should join
anything
the
we
Mages
can use
College
to
in
fight this
Winterhold.
dragon, or dragons. We need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruuf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
This is so exciting! We're off to explore a genuine Nordic ruin. There'll be so much to study, so much to record. What fun! So long as the place isn't full of zombies, of course. But then, what are the chances of that? Let's get back to it.
The Tale of the Great Moth Priest Hunt. That's something I'd want to read. Lead on.
Still here.
This city's put up with a raging dragon, 2 Daedric invasions, the Alliance War, an army of frost trolls, and a witch queen. And it's still here!
It's a shame, isn't it? This is the Gildergreen. It was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun. Disciples of Kynareth could sense something holy in it, and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. They built the temple. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days. A big dead tree isn't very inspiring if you're coming to worship the divine of wind and rains. Kynareth gives life, and we need a living tree to be her symbol. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Elder Gleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal. If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the Hag Ravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kynareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
Hagravens are downright nasty. But I suppose it's worth tangling with them for a good cause like the Gildergreen.
The Jarl finally agreed to send you back to River.
Yes, House Court. We'll leave immediately.
It's just us against the dragon. Is that it?
I can't afford to send anyone else. We don't know where the dragon is. Your main job will be to keep an eye out and get the people to safety if the town is attacked. I don't expect the three of you to fight off a dragon by yourselves, but I do expect you to do your duty.
Still here.
Of course. We'll keep Riverwood safe. We can count on it. Let's move out. Time's a-wasting.
Here we are, Bleak Falls Barrow, home of the ancient Nords, but more importantly, bandits who seem terribly eager to murder us. What fun!
Tale of the Great Moth Priest Hunt. Not something I'd want to read. That's a long story. I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Exactly. The first Molag. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be. The ceremony was. Let's not revisit. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family. Well, and it all. It's definitely been a bad thing. I will be. Just give me a little time.
Still here.
Oh no.
What was that?
Now ain't this a...
Wait.
I once read a book about a lusty Argonian maid. Someone must have slipped that into the library and left it there by mistake.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Haknir? Bjorn? Soling? I know I ran ahead of you, but I need help.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
No!
here. You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there. Sweet breath of Arcade, thank you.
Part of me feels maybe we shouldn't be here.
It's coming loose. I can feel it. You fool. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
Between sacrifices to their draconic masters.
I don't like the feel of this place.
Look out!
alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm always just talking to myself. No one else. Or has any to say.
Did you hear something?
Die!
Hang on.
You do know where you're going, don't you?
Akshan, we have celebrations for the passing of each season. The Winter Solstice Festival is my favorite.
Yes? I'll be right behind you.
Right behind you. I'm right behind you. Stay on your guard. Who's there? What was that?
Die! Now that's how it's done.
So many ruins in Skyrim. More than there are houses, it feels like.
This is so much different than I should in my head.
By the blood.
new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy.
Terrifying. Glad we didn't die.
Still
And look,
here.
you have a fancy rock.
Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Would you awfully mind if I take a look? The Dragonstone, I mean. Oh, thank you. Yes, this is fascinating. Fascinating! It looks like a map of some description, and here, on the reverse, some kind of text. I'm uncertain of the language, but it looks old. Very old. Perhaps Farengar can tell us more. Keep an eye out for interesting artifacts and murderous undead.
Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned province. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
What's new? On we go.
The sooner you find the claw, You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon. See you all on the next video. Enjoy life. And stay gaming.
Walk with the All-Maker.